Using theater and the notion of play for children with autism a lot of times is really a way in and being able to identify emotions, which is a challenge for children with autism. Eye contact is a challenge. Social use of language is another challenge. And Shakespeare is uniquely equipped for that. Because of the rhythm of the language, the iambic pentameter is a sort of series of heartbeats. It has the rhythm of a heartbeat, which arguably is the first sound we hear in the womb, and that becomes a sort of very comforting, familiar, warm entry point.
Hello, 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 hello.
When we do the introduction of the heartbeat hellos, we really focus on not only the rhythm of that heartbeat, but also making eye contact with everybody around the circle. Because it begins the connection, the awareness of everyone else in the room, an awareness of things outside of yourself. And so that rhythm, the rhythm of that language is one of the basic foundations of the work, and also this notion of Shakespeare as a storyteller.
So it's based on Shakespeare's huge, larger-than-life archetypal characters, because these are stories that are as old as time, you know? You've got the monster, and you've got the lovers.
Ferdinand has to go too, until Ariel finally sets him free by going,
The Tempest is the one that we used, and just used the relationships, the connections, the base emotions that these two characters or three characters have with each other to create a game.
We have one of these characters is Caliban, the monster, and so Caliban has repeatedly told Prospero that this island is his and he wants it back. Prospero has to teach Caliban a lesson.
This island's mine.
Better.
This island's mine.
Better.
Like some water soon.
Island mine.
Oh, there is your water.
Island mine.
A lot of people assume, well, this can't be for kids that are really dealing with some troubles, you know, or this can't be for young kids, or, well, that wouldn't be good for old kids. It's really amazing. It's good for any kid.
One of the things with Noah is he's always had sensory issues, specifically with sounds. So as there's loud noises or different types of abrupt changes, it sometimes disturbs him and he'll actually get a little upset. And that first day he was here, I actually had to take him out of the room for part of the class because some of the kids were more vocal and more loud. But what we've heard back from his theater partner is he's doing excellent.
The first 4 or 5 weeks with Noah, he really didn't want to get up and be active as far as like moving around the room. We had our own little corner going on, and then all of a sudden, he just broke out of his shell.
And the bats, and the lights, and the view. High five. That is awesome. That's our lights. Oh, and you want to do the trance? All right, let's do the trance.
Him to go upside down and to show me his eyes and realize that I'm following his eyes. And as soon as he made eye contact with me, it started everything. And he's giggling and laughing in his own way. And just to see him come that far, it was awesome.
Apparently there's something they do with either having stomach cramps or something that he belly laughs and cracks up at. So apparently that's like his favorite thing. So to know that they're doing it and know that they're laughing while they're doing it is just a really good situation for him to, you know, not showing any resistance to it.
I got involved with Shakespearean Autism when Kelly Hunter came to Ohio State in 2011. It was part of the partnership with the Royal Shakespeare Company that we have.
This was not at a stage where they were like, maybe this works. Over a decade of using this with autistic kids in England and having so much success that when somebody at Ohio State was interested in her coming and training their grad students, it became a full-blown initiative.
Thou shalt be free as mountain winds, but then exactly do all points of my command.
One of the questions that was asked throughout this process is, will this work stick with the children? And you wonder. So there was a boy who I worked with for 2 years during this pilot study. And then I didn't see him for 8 months. And I took my son to the playground, neighborhood playground, and this boy was there with another group of kids from his school. I said, hey, how's it going? And he looked at me and he said, Shakespeare. And I said, yeah, Shakespeare. And he went, hello, hello. And I was, stunned. And every time I walked past him, he'd say another line from the games we played. He'd say, this island's mine. Or he'd go, doing. He just knew it all. He remembered every single thing. And then when we left, it was, it's difficult to believe, but I can't make this up. He was standing on top of the slide. The sun was setting, and we were walking away from him. And I turned around, and he went, goodbye, goodbye. And I just started weeping. So that was, that's memorable because it stayed with him. It stayed with him.